The breeze rustled the leaves of the trees in the forest park, creating a peaceful atmosphere that was suddenly shattered by the cries of a lost baby. His mother had momentarily looked away, and when she turned back, he had disappeared. He tried to stand up, but being too young, he just fell on all fours and started crying again. His desperate cries echoed through the silent forest, reaching the ears of a gentle gray cat who had been dozing in the shade of a nearby bush. Now she was frantically searching for him while calling his name. Meanwhile, deep within the woods, the little one sat on a tree stump looking around confused. Despite the challenging terrain, she managed to navigate the forest floor with ease, her sharp instincts guiding her towards their destination. She stood up again, meowed softly to get the baby's attention, and started walking towards the riverbank where the mother was still anxiously searching for her child. But then she remembered a small bridge that she had seen before and quickly ran over to it. With renewed determination, she raced across the remaining distance, hoping to reunite them as soon as possible. The cat could hear the distressed cries of the baby and the worried calls of the mother. It was like a beacon guiding her through the forest. The cat carefully made her way onto the bridge, and once she reached the other side, she stopped to look back at the baby, making sure that he was still coming. The cat, sensing the mother's apprehension, rubbed against her legs, purring loudly to reassure her. She knew that without the cat's help, she might never have found her baby. The soft light filtering through the leaves cast a gentle glow on the reunited mother and child, highlighting the depth of their emotions. The air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers and the sounds of birdsong, creating a peaceful atmosphere that contrasted sharply with the earlier tension. The cat, basking in the warm glow of the reunion, rubbed against the woman's legs once more before disappearing into the underbrush. As she vanished from sight, the mother couldn't help but smile. The playful banter of squirrels and the buzzing of insects gave way to an eerie silence broken only by the distant hoot of an owl. The towering trees, once a source of fascination, now loomed over them, their branches twisting and turning like gnarled fingers reaching out to grab the tiny traveler. The rustling of leaves seemed to quicken, and the chirping of birds took on a frantic tone. Her sharp senses and intimate knowledge of the forest guided them through the maze of trees, ensuring that they stayed on the right path. Even when danger lurked around every corner, she faced it head-on, her natural instincts kicking in to protect her unlikely companion. Even the sunlight seemed to dim as if in sympathy for the lost child. The river sparkled in the fading light, reflecting the sky's bruised hues of purple and orange. With a final burst of energy, she dashed across the last few yards, bringing the baby within sight of his mother. And in that moment, she knew that her actions had saved not only the child, but also the mother who loved him so dearly. As the mother saw her son, her face crumpled with a mixture of relief and joy. She rushed towards them, her arms outstretched, ready to hold her baby close. And there by the riverbank stood the mother, her figure etched against the darkening sky. She was calling out for her baby, her voice trembling with worrying. They had to cross gurgling brooks, navigate thorny thickets, and leap over fallen logs. Each challenge seemed insurmountable, yet the cat never faltered. She knew that the forest, while beautiful, could also be unforgiving, and she was determined to keep the baby safe. She scrambled up steep hills, her lithe body effortlessly scaling the rough terrain. She bounded over moss-covered stones, her paws finding purchase on the slick surfaces. The woods, usually a place of tranquility and wonder, had transformed into a setting for a heart-wrenching drama, heightening the emotional impact of the story. Amidst the towering trees, patches of sunlight streamed through the canopy, illuminating delicate wildflowers and ferns. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of pine needles and damp earth, creating a serene atmosphere that offered a brief respite from the urgency of their mission. She could hear the faint sound of running water, which meant that they were close to the river where the mother had been searching. With renewed vigor, the cat raced towards the sound, her heart pounding with anticipation. She knew that the kind cat had not only saved her baby, but had also taught her an invaluable lesson about the power of kindness and the compassion of animals. In that heart-stopping moment, the mother reached out a shaky hand to touch her baby's cheek. Tears of joy streamed down her face as she cradled him close, whispering words of comfort and love. The dramatic events of the day were over, and all was well once more. Yet the memory of the tiny Tot's adventure would forever be etched in the hearts of those who witnessed it, a testament to the unwavering bond between a mother and her child, as well as the extraordinary courage and kindness of a stray cat. Seeing that he was, she continued on to the riverbank. Every so often, she would turn around to make sure that the baby was following her. The race against time to find the baby before nightfall became a desperate struggle. The impending darkness not only threatened to obscure their path, but also to amplify the fear and uncertainty that surrounded them. Startled by the child's cries, the cat cautiously approached the tree stump. Seeing the baby, her heart melted, and she understood that he was lost and needed help. Without hesitation, the kind cat jumped onto the stump and gently nuzzled the baby's hand. The sight that greeted them was heartbreaking. The mother had fallen to her knees and was sobbing uncontrollably, calling out for her lost child. So, with a gentle meow, she nudged the baby towards the edge of the clearing, hoping to catch the mother's attention. The moment she heard the soft meow, the mother's head shot up and her eyes scanned the area frantically. And then she saw the cat and the baby. At that instant, a surge of hope surged through her. Could it be? Was her baby finally safe? With a gentle nudge, she encouraged the crawling baby to move forward. As he progressed, the cat occasionally stopped to check on him, making sure he understood that she wanted him to come with her. When he wasn't paying attention, she would meow softly, reminding him that they had to keep moving. Her touch was so gentle that it almost felt like a lullaby. The cat then stood up, meowed softly, and slowly began to walk into the forest, hoping to find someone who could help them. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the determined cat kept a close eye on the baby, ensuring his safety every step of the way. The cat had been watching the frantic mother searching near the riverbank, and now she decided it was time to lead the baby back to her. As they continued their journey, the cat noticed that the baby seemed tired, and she realized that he wouldn't be able to make the entire trip without rest. So she chose a spot under a big tree with soft grass nearby and gently laid down beside him, purring softly. This was her way of comforting the child and letting him know that everything would be all right. After resting for a while, the cat knew that they had to keep going. When the cat saw the river, she hesitated for a moment, not sure how to get the baby across. At this point, the cat was very close to the place where she had seen the mother searching for the baby. Then, suddenly, as if by magic, the cat and the baby found themselves at the edge of the clearing where the mother had been desperately searching. The cat knew that she had to do something to help. With trembling hands, the mother got to her feet and cautiously approached them. Overcome with emotion, the mother looked up at the cat, her eyes filled with gratitude. This touching scene of the reunion played out amidst the lush greenery of the forest park, where the tall trees seemed to stand as silent witnesses to the drama that had unfolded. As the mother walked away with her baby, the forest seemed to sigh with relief. From the moment the baby had wandered away from his mother, the forest had come alive with a sense of urgency. And as the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the stakes grew higher. As the cat and the baby ventured deeper into the forest, the scenery around them shifted. Through it all, the cat remained steadfast, her determination to reunite the child with his mother fueling her every step of the way. The forest, with its hidden paths and natural obstacles, tested their resolve. But the forest also had its gentler moments. As they journeyed deeper into the woods, the cat led the baby past babbling brooks and over fallen logs, always keeping an eye out for potential dangers. Finally, as twilight began to settle over the forest, the cat spotted a glimmer of hope. As they emerged from the dense trees, the sight that greeted them was both familiar and heartbreaking. In that moment, the cat knew that their ordeal was almost over. The cat watched as the mother cradled her child, her heart swelling with a sense of accomplishment. She had done it. She had brought the baby home,